This is George Nager from Biker Pros, and we're in Dallas at the Ultimate Builder Custom Bike Show. I'm with Ray. And Ray, go ahead and introduce yourself, please, sir.
Hi, everybody. I'm Ray Phillips with Calavera Customs out of Longview, Texas, showing my custom motorcycle here today at the bike show.
Okay, this is Ray's first show at the Ultimate Builder, and just as an intro on it, Ray, tell me, this is Sunday. The voting is about to commence. What has been your experience with the Ultimate Builder Bike Show? I know you've been in a few other shows. Tell me how you've been treated and what you think of the people coming through that are talking to you about your bike.
Well, it's been amazing. The crowd has been wonderful. I was not expecting such a large turnout. The place has been shoulder to shoulder since the doors opened, it seems like. Everyone loves the bikes. The lighting in here is so good. It's so much different than any other bike show you could go to, outdoors or anything else. It's just the perfect conditions, especially on a rainy day like today. So, but the people have been very inquisitive about how things have been are made and how'd you do that. I've noticed other builders talking by their bikes and stuff, and so the crowds are just really excited, not only about the custom bikes, but about all of the other things that are here at the show.
This gives you a good exposure, doesn't it, to people who would be interested in you building a bike for them, wouldn't it?
That's exactly right. There's been a lot of folks who have expressed interest, and a lot of folks have come to the show just to see if they could find a builder.
I've noticed one thing about this series, the IMS series, is that the people here aren't just saying, oh, that's a pretty bike. They actually know more about bikes than, oh, it's just pretty, it's got great paint. They understand some of the nuances of the builds and stuff of the bikes, don't they?
That's exactly right, and it's refreshing. It's refreshing to have someone come up and talk to you about certain components in a technical way. Now, of course, there are some folks who want you to educate them, but there's some folks that have educated me a bit about some things, and that's great. The level of interest goes beyond a casual interest. There's a lot of folks out here, and I would say the average person out here is very knowledgeable about custom bikes and the custom bike world.
Yeah. Let's talk a little about your company. Tell me about, you're from Longview, right?
Longview, we're just about 120 miles east of Dallas, and the name of the company is Calavera Customs. We have a website called...
Excuse me, how do you spell Calavera in case somebody doesn't spell as well as I don't?
Okay, I understand. Calavera is C-A-L-A-V-E-R-A Customs.com. And we're a small company. This is the first bike that we've built, and it's a showcase of our talents. It's a showcase of what we can do for you. It's a showcase of a person may not want an entire bike from the ground up, but we can do it. A person may want to contribute their own frame or their own, their own starter.
Their donor.
Their donor. Good word. And then we can customize from there.
Let's look at some of the innovations you've done on here. Of course, we know the leather. We'll talk about the leather towards the end. But let's just start at the front of the bike and let's move back. And let's talk about the front end of the bike.
Well, to start with, it has the billet aluminum wheels. The billet aluminum wheels have some custom etching that I've done. I've placed some designs that match the paint job and match the leather work. It's a single rotor front brake system with a 4-piston caliper, hog halters, a good quality manufacturer.
It's a great manufacturer.
Yes, and then now it has there are all kinds of front ends, just front suspensions people can use. I really like the Springer front end, which is a good.
It's a classic look.
Classic, very nice, clean look. It's a very narrow look, and to match the narrow front wheel.
Sure. And you did the tins on this, right?
Yes, that's correct. And then
for all that?
The engine is a 113-inch cubic inch S&S Evolution motor. It's the new IST ignition system. It's not a fuel injected motor.
Oh, it's not fuel injected. No, it's carbureted.
It's everything except the fuel injection. It still has the computer. It has the ECU. It has the knock sensors and the crank position sensors. All of that.
So you have the plug to plug in your laptop to tune it on the run.
That's exactly right, George. I can stand beside the bike with a laptop computer and I can tune the engine.
Or just run along beside when somebody else is doing it.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay,
Exactly. It has, I have Dakota digital gauges on here with Wimmer machine mounts. It has a Cobra exhaust system.
Now that's fully shielded, isn't it?
It is a fully shielded system. So what you get is it's 270 degrees of shielding around the raw exhaust pipe. So the raw exhaust pipe discolors with age and heat is protected, and you don't see that.
And you have an internal muffler in it with this
There is an internal muffler system, which of course matches well with the S&S requirements for optimum performance.
For back pressure.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now the frame itself is a West Coast Chopper CFL 2 frame. It has a little bit of stretch in it. It has a 38-degree rake, which is just a modest chop or a rake, if you will. Not radical like a lot of bikes are now, but it's a little more than a bobber kind of style.
So you can ride it for a couple hours.
Yeah, it is. It's a lot more comfortable. It's a lot more rideable than average.
Yeah.
Which brings me to the seat and all of that.
Let's talk about this. I understand you did all the tooling on it.
Yes, this is all custom hand tooled leather. The decorative piece on the tank that follows the design of the ghosting in the paint. It continues along through the seat in the saddlebags. The saddlebags on this side have a scene of a cantina, a little Mexican cantina kind of thing. On that side is a Spanish mission.
So this was a busy weekend to get all this done, right?
Yeah.
The tooling? Or a little longer?
It was a little longer, yes. As an aside, I actually had to do this twice because the first time I did it, I dyed it a little darker than what goes with the candy turquoise. And so I changed it, I redid it, used this color the second time, and so far the crowds, the best comment, the most common comment I've been getting is the color of the leather matches the paint so well. And so I'm happy I changed it.
And it does, and the one thing that we can't show on here is the fact that you've actually got a leather cover over the battery.
I do have a leather cover over the battery. I actually have duplicated my Texas license plate in leather.
Well, if you lose it, you're all set.
Exactly. And so now it has a Baker 6-speed transmission on it, belt drive. You can't see it from here, but it has a 1959 Cadillac tail light, which I've changed from the regular incandescent bulbs to the LEDs for visibility.
If somebody'd like to get a hold of you, how would they do that?
The best way to get a hold of me would be look me up on calaveracustoms.com, and then they can email me. There you go, calaveracustoms.com.
All right.
Yeah, look me up, and there's a spot on there where you can email me and get in touch with me. My phone number is probably on there, and so give me a call or give me an email, and we can discuss any ideas you have.
Thank you, Ray.
Thank you. Come on out.